So by far, my favorite type of photography to capture in real life is long exposure nighttime photography. You get these beautiful, mesmerizing colors, and this typically happens around twilight time and when there's a lot of blue light occurring. This is absolutely gorgeous. I love how the colors work with one another. The tricky part is this is long exposure, so the subject has to stay perfectly still. However, I've been seeing so many amazing realistic photography on Midjourney, and how that AI platform is able to create it is phenomenal. And so I wanted to see if it can actually replicate an advanced technique like this. And so I went into Midjourney and I burned an entire evening trying to figure out the best type of prompts so that we can get photos that are quite similar. And as you can see, it does an amazing job. I was blown away with this. This is scary good. So this is the exact prompt that I used, and I will leave this in the description if you want to go ahead and just input this same exact prompt. But here's the secret sauce, and some of this is a little bit technical, and one really good tip I want to point out is if you take the image that you want to replicate it and you find it in your folder, just save it somewhere on your computer. If you right click on it and then you select properties, you're going to see a lot of intricate details about the way the image was taken and captured. So aside from just resolution information, you see the camera maker, the camera model, f-stop, exposure time, ISO speed, focal length. This is all extremely important, and you have to understand these concepts if you want to mimic certain photos. So if you don't understand, for instance, f-stop or ISO speed, easily you can Google it and find amazing resources on that. So I borrowed some of this information from the image that I captured, and then this is the exact formula. So make sure to jot this stuff down and you can replicate it on your own. So the first is the type of photography. I chose street photography. The description of the photo, New York City waterfront. The type of shot is long exposure. Photographer, I actually left blank, but this is a great time to show you guys an amazing resource that I've covered in the past, and that is Mid Library by Andrei Kovalev. And if you choose photographers, there's a repository of all the famous photographers that Midjourney recognizes and will output images in their exact style. It's scary good, but please keep in mind, if you are going to use this in your prompts, please give the photographers their credit and mention it, especially if you post it publicly. Remember, it's hard enough for artists and photographers with all of these AI art tools basically eating their lunch, and the insult to injury that it's adding is the fact that it was trained by a lot of these works of famous photographers, famous artists. So please give credit where credit is due. So now going back to the formula, after you choose the photographer, you can choose the angle. And this is stuff like bird's eye view, low angle, high angle. The light time, definitely educate yourself on the different times of the day as far as photography is concerned. So this was during twilight hours. The type of light is blue hour. The camera equipment was a Sony A7III. The type of lens and f-stop is a 24mm lens with an f4 stop. The ISO was 100, and remember, this is exposure, so this is the fake light that's put in. Shutter speed, also long exposure, 1.5 seconds. The style was photorealistic, and the aspect ratio, remember right here that you have to do AR space 3:2, and most cameras, this is the default, is 3:2 when you are shooting landscape as far as photos go. Videos are typically 16:9, and so if you're trying to create a cover photo, which actually for this video I will use this as the cover photo, remember that you want it to be 16:9 rather than 3:2. This is the image I took, and this is what Midjourney AI produced. This is incredible stuff. I'm flabbergasted by this. I am loving Midjourney. I'm going to make so many more tutorials, and I'm going to create a lot more content covering different types of AI platforms. There's so many out there. I'm so excited to be in this space. Remember, my business, I now consult in AI. I do a bit more advanced stuff, boring stuff. I'll make tutorials and that stuff as well. And the daytime business is web development. help a lot of companies create an online presence and market themselves appropriately to the masses. I appreciate you guys for watching this video in its entirety. I will see you all in the next one.